Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be sharing my favorite BL kisses of 2025. I made a video like this last year and I put up a poll on my community tab asking if you guys wanted another one for this year or for last year. I made a video for 2024 and I asked if you guys wanted a video for 2025 and everybody said yes. So here we are. Next week, we will be back to our regularly scheduled Revenged Love, but this is what we are doing this week, and I hope you all enjoy. Quickly, before we get started, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notifications, leave a comment, share the video with a friend, do all the YouTube things. It really helps me out in the algorithm and on my journey to my next goal of 1,500 subscribers. And if you are so inclined, please feel free to join my channel memberships. They're only 99 cents a month, and you get early access to some of my videos as well as some other perks. Big shout out to those who are already channel members, my dramatics. Y'all support means so incredibly much to me. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I have to get it out of the way. I know this show just came out, but if you have the ability and you have not yet seen Heated Rivalry, it came at me like a dark horse, okay? I never would have expected how good the show was, and the chemistry between the leads was just amazing. I did in particular really love the scenes in Vegas. Pretty sure it was Vegas. And just everything at the cottage was just so wonderful. I know that's a little bit outside of my usual wheelhouse that I talk about here, but it had to be said. Now, just moving on to more of the Asian BLs I've watched this year, this would not be a list about 2025 and amazing shows that we got if I didn't mention Khemjira. Khemjira was probably my favorite show that I watched last year. Honestly, there were some really, really amazing shows I got to watch last year. I'm going to mention most of them here. But Khemjira is just one of them. It was just so good. And while them officially physically getting together in the finale was amazing, and I did really enjoy that scene, I think the episode 7, the very end of episode 7, I'm pretty sure, when Peem is about to kiss Kim in the kitchen, and then that kind of leads into the episode 8 fulfillment of that feeling. I'll have pictures going up, but I'm trying to choose my words carefully. And having that scene split together with the Charn and Jet scene was just absolutely fabulous. That was probably my favorite episode of the show, if I had to pick one. Winnie is very annoyed because her dinner time is in 30 minutes and I will not feed her early, so she'll probably cause some mischief while she's here. Then after Khemjira, I absolutely adored Reset the series. I love Pond. I've said it multiple times on this channel, and I haven't seen Peter Pan in as many things, but I did see him in Oh My Sunshine Night, which the show in general was an absolute dumpster fire. I do not recommend watching that show, but Peter Pan did an amazing job, and he just was fabulous in Reset. Now, there is a lot of physical intimacy in Reset, so picking my favorites was really hard. And the two of them were just so talented and they had such great chemistry together. It was genuinely so difficult to have to pick just a few. Honestly, if you haven't seen Reset, I would really recommend just going to watch the whole thing because it is absolutely worth watching. But if I had to pick, there's a few. It's not just one, but in episode 5 when they're in the pool together, the colors of that scene are just so stunning. And then again when they're together in episode 6, when they're together in episode 7, in episode 8 when they're on the couch together. was just so cute. Like, my heart was melting. And then, of course, the proposal was lovely. It wasn't originally going to make my list, but then I thought about like all the emotional fulfillment and stuff. And I was like, the emotions. So, really, Reset was such a standout show this year. And I would honestly recommend anything with Pond in it. He was so good in Forever You. I know the plot of that show was kind of like basic, but I just love him. 180 Degrees, that he was so amazing in that show. Like, oh my God. The I could rant for a very, very, very long time about that show, but that's not what we're here to do today. And also I saw him in A Century of Love, and he was fabulous. The next show I almost quit watching, but I powered through because I had been so excited, and I was so sad I wasn't loving the first couple episodes, but I'm so happy I stuck with it. Knock Out the series. And I will say the first, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 episodes, they were losing me. I was like, okay, I'm not loving this. But then it really got its legs and it really started to hold its own in my weekly roster. And I am so happy I stuck with this show because it is one of my favorites of last year. Really, the main couple's entire relationship is just one of my absolute favorites. I love there's like the big, bad, strong boxer who's like 6 foot plus and he's got like massive muscles and he just constantly gets dog walked by his like tiny little boyfriend. Regardless of any types of positions or whoever is placed where during activities, we know that Keen is in charge of that relationship. And so does everybody else. And I just loved so much in episode 6. In episode 6, when Keen is so upset about something, I don't even remember what, and Tan is like baiting him, I guess. They're kind of like upset with each other, I think, about something. And Keen literally slaps him and then like shoves him against the wall and they start making out. I just thought that scene just like embodied their dynamic so well. And I just loved it so much. And I loved the scene in the special episode when Keen is washing dishes and Tom comes up behind him and they, you know, things progress. I loved the domesticity of the moment and that we just got to kind of see them have their happily ever after. They were so cute. And are we talking about Ton in a dog collar? Is anybody ready to have that conversation? It was entirely superfluous. They didn't even like bind his hands together. He could have taken the collar off. So I know that they were doing that for us. And I appreciate it. Next on the list, I would be remiss if I did not include Tempo. I had a lot of preconceived notions of what I thought this series was going to be before I started watching it. I think having Lycan in it, I really thought that they weren't going to go to certain places and they weren't going to like go as far. And I was wrong. I was joyfully wrong. A few moments that really stood out to me. It was an early episode. I don't remember. It might have been episode 2. It was very early on. But the scene when they have Poe hold out his hand and Tim like puts his head in his hand for that like social media thing that they're filming. It's not even a kiss, but literally my heart fluttered. I'm a grown woman. I'm an adult. I've been an adult for a hot minute and my heart fluttered. I was like, yeah, okay, I see the parasocial relationship. I see. And next was, I want to say episode 4, but I don't entirely remember. I was trying to find the episodes that these were in, but I really struggled for some reason with finding the episodes that I was looking for. But the scene when Tim, Poe, and June are all in that like records room or something, and they're looking for something, and they have to hide because someone's coming, and Tim and Poe are hiding together, and they just have that eye contact, and they're just looking at each other, and just that again, it's not even a kiss, but the chemistry in that moment. I think that was when I was really, really hooked. Like episode 1 did not hook me on Tempo, but I kept going and I was like, oh yeah, we're good. We're in good hands here. These two boys are going to do just fine. And then the kiss that I really loved is when Tem goes back to Poe's house to redeem himself for actually watching a movie the first night that Poe invites him over to Netflix and chill. And he has to go and redeem himself. And they were just great. I just really loved that show. It was so heartwarming and sweet, and it just made my heart flutter so much. And I love Tim and Poe. I'm going to see Lycan in LA in March. I'm just, I'm very excited. Tempo has a very special place in my heart. And then I thought I struggled picking specifics for Reset the series. And then I was trying to pick specifics for The Boy Next World. And that was where I realized that I was struggling because the Weather Boys have enough chemistry to build out an entire university PhD program. And I just love watching them together. Boss Knoll and Fort Pete just do intimacy so incredibly well. I'm really, really excited for Fort Pete's next series. I think it's called Yesterday. It looks like it's going to be so toxic, and I'm really excited. It's giving dark, evil soap opera. But anyway, we're talking about The Boy Next World. Again, struggled a little to find episode numbers here, so I'm just going to boldly go forward. I did some research to make this, but not a lot of my research was looking up gift sets on Tumblr, and not everybody there tags the episodes. So we are just doing our best. The first moment I loved so much is I think it was in episode 3. It was pretty early on, but it's when Pooh is sleeping at the desk at school and Sarah like comes up to him and then Pooh's like, "Oh, why didn't you kiss me?" And Sarah's like, "Well, you're asleep." And Pooh's like, "Well, you can kiss me now." And they have that cute little kiss at the desk. Because it's so soft and sweet and gentle, but it's like you see the hunger underneath. And then the iconic when Pooh is sick in episode 5 and Sir has to give him that good, sweet doctor healing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Then there were the two scenes on the couch. They I don't know if they both happen in the same episode. I don't think they do. But the first is when Sir's head is hurt and Pooh like knocks it or something, and he like climbs on Sir's lap and is like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I didn't mean to hurt you. Oh my god." And they don't even kiss then, or they do. I'm trying to remember. Maybe there were 3 couch scenes because there's the scene where he climbs on top of him and is trying to apologize, and Sir's like, "You got to get off of me right now." And then is that the same scene where they like flip and they start making out on the couch and then Pooh's like into it and Sir's like, "We can't do this right now. You got to go to your room." If those are the same scene, then yes. If they're not the same scene, then both of them. I'm really struggling to remember. I probably should have rewatched some of these episodes that I'm talking about, but I didn't. So here we are. Sorry, everyone. If y'all watch the show, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because I love so much that Pooh is like, hasn't done a lot of things, but he's so bold and brave and he's so just willing to try these new things with this person. And Pooh's like, and Sir's like, "No, we can't." And Pooh's like, "Why not? I'm down. You're down. Let's go." Like, and then I have to say, both of the times go all the way with each other, even though the second time is when the truth is out there. I prefer the first time when Pooh is in the cardigan with the red collar on it. I just really like that scene. I don't know why I like it more than the second time. I just do. We get the neck slam, and I've seen so many people on Tumblr parallel that scene to the first time that Payu and Rain are together in Love in the Air. And I just really like Love in the Air. I really like Boss Knoll. But that's kind of another reason that scene kind of edges out the second time because I just love it so much. And then, of course, the special episode where they are in the tent and they are camping. Wow, wowza. You want to talk about they went there. They are clearly very comfortable with each other. I know they keep talking about wanting to like one up themselves with the next shows that they do in like the intimacy department. Curious how close to the line we're going to get. I'm expecting some heated rivalry level visions in the next show. But I really loved the whole special episode where they had the parallel universe and then the two of them were camping. And so you kind of got to see them like go from the start again and then also be an established couple. It was really, really, really cute. I really liked the special episode of that one. It kind of reminded me, for no reason at all, but a little of the special episode of Don't Say No, which is one of my favorite BLs ever. Is it good? I don't know, but I really, really love it. And the special episode of Don't Say No was so good. And then there is an honorable mention. It's an honorable mention because I didn't watch this show. I tried to watch the first episode and just hated it so much. The plot was just so not my thing. And the spiciness just could not make up for it. I just don't like plots like this. But the My Stubborn special episodes. I saw every single gift set on Tumblr, girl, just because I didn't watch the show doesn't mean I don't know what happened. And Boat Oat were just going there in the special episodes. And I just really appreciate that. They seemed so comfortable with each other. They seemed so down for what the like plot needed them to do. And it was just nice to see. I felt like I was intruding on something. I was like, this is a real life couple, and I am intruding on their private time, even though clearly it was filmed for a studio audience. I am incredibly excited for their next show. I am hoping that I like it more and I'll be able to watch the whole thing because I really do like their chemistry, but just the tropes that were kind of the base of My Stubborn are really just not my thing. And I was not a fan, at least of the first episode. And I'm not interested in going back and trying again. But wow, their chemistry was crazy. So those are all the shows that made my list. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me, if we had some similar shows, similar favorite kisses, or if there are other ones that you liked that I didn't mention or shows that I didn't watch. We might not all have the same favorites, but we are all here for boys kissing on TV. And that is all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.